Cześć wszystkim, to jest Sebastian z portalu Eurowizja.org i dzisiaj jesteśmy z Satoshim, reprezentantem Mołdawii na Eurowizji 2026. Hi.
Hello.
How did everything start? What encouraged you to enter to the national final? And your song was written specifically with Eurovision in mind or not?
I was in a moment where I caught myself doing the same scenario over 2 last years, like writing an album, promoting it, writing a couple of singles, and going on tour. So everything was pretty predictable. So I could do that one more year, which was comfortable enough. At the same time, I was in a period where I was more into discovering my own roots and national identity, and more into empowering my people's will and identity. So that's why I found Eurovision as the next logical step of representing who I am, where I came from, and who my people are. So I decided to join that because I think this is a moment where when Moldova has to speak for itself, because we're building our path, our future. We are becoming more mature as a country, and I think this is a good moment for us to speak loud and bold. So I just decided that this year is my year to do that, you know.
Yeah, so great. And
The song was written for Eurovision, yes.
okay,
yes.
specifically for Eurovision.
Yes.
Okay, and your song also has quite patriotic vibe, I think. And in that case, what does representing your entire country on the international stage means for you? What does that feel like?
Well, you know, first of all, it has both the patriotic vibe and at the same time it has the pan-European thing. It has the message that we all share the same cultural common heritage and that we can understand each other. And this is important. So there's 2 lines of communication, both as this is who we are and we are a part of something bigger. What does it mean to represent the country? It is a big responsibility since a lot of people's watching that, and Eurovision is the biggest thing about music in Europe. So and even more, it's not just a ranking, you know, like awards of something. It is at the same time something that speaks for a country, that says this is our vibe this year, you know, like this is our status quo. Hello, this is this country, we feel like this, we dress like this, we sing like this year. So it is both these responsibilities. Right now I feel more relaxed because, you know, things got clearer and everything calmed down, and we had lots of deadlines and deliverables, and we delivered them. So now I'm just okay. Now I have time to promote the song, rehearse, think.
Yeah,
So,
that's so
yes.
important too. And how did your collaboration with Aliona Moon started with this song? How that everything start?
Yes, I found out about Aliona when she was representing Moldova in 2013. It was the first song that caught my attention as a music piece And I remember I I downloaded that song from some website. I was in the 8th grade or something. I was 14 years old. But because I was a teenager, things got more interesting. So that was the first year, 2013, when I was watching Eurovision on my own, like with interest, not just with the family. Like, okay, this year is Dobrze Zdup, let's see it. I was watching it on my own, so I remembered so well Aliona. Fast forward 2021, I'm in Chisinau, working at the radio station, walking down the street, accidentally finding Aliona, inviting her to an interview, and I told her that I'm writing lyrics, and she was about to come back as a singer. So I wrote lyrics for her song. Then she came to our music label, Versus Artist, where I'm signed and where she was signed for a couple of years. And we worked together on her songs. So because she writes a lot of top lines, she writes a lot of melodic lines, but not that often she writes lyrics. So she probably sometimes needs assistance. And I wrote the lyrics for her entry at the National Selection 2023 Duma. Yes, then one more time, fast forward, we just kept the good relationships as human beings. And I decided to strengthen somehow my performance, to make it more special, to give it a different energy besides this, raging masculine energy. It needed something, more lighthearted. So I thought about her, because she has great vocals and great stage presence and Eurovision experience and everything. So she thought for a couple of days, and then she gave us the positive answer, and I was so happy.
Nice. And maybe Aliona gave you some Eurovision advices?
Well, she just shared everything she knew, everything about the production, the schedule, the workflow at the Eurovision level, what helps and what does not, what's difficult, what the costs are, and everything.
Yeah, okay, that's nice. And the first semi-final of Eurovision 2026 will be in 2 months. So what can we expect from your performance? Will it be quite similar to the same concept like it was in the national final, or we will see some differences? What can you say about that?
There will be differences in terms of screen, in terms of SFX, and in terms of the way we look. But the way we act and move still remains in that manner pretty much, because this is just my way of having it as a live show, as a concert. I want to keep it as a concert. We have some skeletons, like some structures here and there, because it's television, but the rest of it, like the way we feel it, stays unpredictable.
Yeah,
Just vibe.
yeah, that's good. That's great. In the last few months, there is a viral 10 years challenge. Yeah. So I have a question for you. What Satoshi of 2026 would say to Satoshi of 2016?
Speaking of 2016, it was a very good year. It was a year that I really enjoyed. I was in the 11th grade. In Moldova, we studied 12 grades. Like that. So 11th grade was the most likable for me, because it's still not the last year where you have all that exam pressure and everything, and graduation and thinking about university. But you're like more old, so that you can feel and understand things better. So it was a really great thing. I had a high school band and we were playing gigs, underground gigs, having a lot of fun, going with small maxi taxi public transport to Chisinau from our tiny city to perform in some club with rockers. So yes, what would I say would be probably read some more books and probably try to consume more English content, so you'll upgrade your English faster. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. And let's look at the Moldova's history at Eurovision. And if you had to describe Moldova at Eurovision as a Moldavian dish, what it would be?
Wow, that is a very good question. We have a dessert. It's called kushma lui guguțe. I don't know if you ever heard about it.
Unfortunately not.
So, it's pancakes, rolled pancakes, with not cherry, the other one. We have two fruits. How do you call it in English?
Cherry and
You know what I'm talking? Vishня.
yeah, that's cherry.
That's cherry. What's the other one then? Черешня.
Yeah, I know. I will.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I will-
So
I will
cherry.
find-
So
yeah.
cherry is okay.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
roll thin pancakes rolled. Inside you have cherry.
I know that in Polish is czereśnia, but I don't remember how it is in English. So,
Okay. Slavic influences here happening real time. So it's like a pyramid of these things, and you have a thin layer of cream. Everything is homemade. Cream homemade. Everything homemade. Cherries homemade, like from the conservated from summer. And you have to put a little chocolate on top.
Okay.
So it's called kushma lui guguțe. Kushma, it's a hat, traditional hat. You've seen it. Zdób przy zdób had those ones.
That's big hat.
Yeah, but those were like the caricaturals one, exaggerated
Okay.
ones.
Okay.
Normally it's like
Okay.
that. It's made of wool. It is made out of sheep's hair.
Okay. So now I can imagine how it looks.
Yeah.
So
it's like that. Yes. So that it reminds of that. Guguțe is a character from our. We had a writer who wrote a series of novels and tales for Moldovan kids, and he invented a symbol character. The writer's name is Spiridon Vangheli, and the character is Guguțe, who is a tiny guy, who is a kid who has different adventures, and he wears a hat that's a kushma that's bigger than him. So he works like that. So this is why this dish is called kushma lui guguțe. It is sweet, very tasty, very tasty. I would recommend to everyone in this world, but it's not too sweet,
Yeah.
So it's like a cheesecake, It's very light dessert.
Yeah, that sounds really like Moldova at Eurovision.
It's sweet, it's tasty, still it's not too much.
Okay. Yeah. And maybe let's wing it and try some freestyle. And could you come up with and rap a short song on the spot to encourage our viewers to visit Moldova?
Okay. Moldova is on its road, so you can help with your vote. I'm not prepared, so I didn't wrote.
Yeah.
I have one more line. It's so difficult. But remember, you're the GOAT.
That's great. That's great.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so
My first freestyle in English ever happened
Wow.
here, yes.
that's nice. Thank you so much for the interview. And can you greetings our viewers?
Yes, thank you for being a part of Eurovision. I think it is very important during this crazy time of humanity to keep such a kind and fun and peaceful thing as Eurovision is. So just stay like that.
Yeah.
This is what I think.
Yeah, thank you so much. Dziękujemy bardzo za oglądanie i widzimy się już niedługo. Cześć!